And we take kids from the county that are in foster homes, and we take them out on the weekend, and we go camping, bike riding, that kind of thing. Well, we've done that quite a bit. Well, my son also donated his body to an organization called LifeShare. His organs, eyes, everything. An 18-year-old kid got my son's tendon in his arm. He got Tommy John surgery. He's a baseball pitcher at Mater Dei High School. And he wrote a letter to us thanking us for the donation and everything. He left his phone number at the bottom of the card. He said, please call me. So my wife got on her cell phone, called him, left him a voicemail. We didn't hear anything back from him for months and months and months. Nothing back. No call, no nothing. Well, one day, we're taking our foster youth mentee on a bike ride in Coronado. We're driving, we live in Hamul. We get on the 94 freeway, we're right in front of this house. My wife's cell phone rings. Who do you think is calling us for the very first time?
Wow, the teenager?
Well, the attendant.
Wow.
Right in front of the house with the foster youth mentee. We all looked at each other. We couldn't believe it. He called. So then we talked to him and we arranged to have dinner with him. We went because we got to meet this guy. So we had dinner with him and his mom at the Claim Jumper restaurant in Carlsbad. Went out there and we walked into the restaurant. And the first thing I noticed, he had about the same build as my son. Didn't look alike, but just kind of the same height and everything. So we sat down, we started talking. And he asked us what kind of car that Devin drove when he died. We told him, back here in Tegra. And he looks at us and goes, I drive that same car. So we just looked at each other, whoa. Yeah. Then we learned his parents are foster youth mentors or CASAs and do the same thing we do. Yeah. Then we learned his father was a child abuse judge. So that occurred. And the last thing that occurred, which I'll tell you about today. When my son was alive, we'd always talked about adopting a boy. We'd been thinking about it a long time. My son was all on board with the idea and everything. Never got serious about it when my son was alive, but after he died, we got serious about it. And we were going to the Rock Church in Point Loma at the time. Okay. And that's how we got involved with the foster youth mentor ministry. There was a lady there, her name was Lisa Walker, that leads the ministry there. Didn't really know her, but one day we approached her and we asked her, hey, do you know anything about how to adopt? And she said, I do, but I got some information I'd like to share with you, but I don't got it with me right now. Can I get your phone number and I'll call you when I got it? We didn't hear anything back from her for months and months and months and months and months. Later we learned she went to a trip to Jamaica she was doing a missions trip there. Well, the last place that we saw my son alive, my wife saw my son alive, was at the Olive Garden restaurant in Grossmont Center. We had dinner there many times as a family. We didn't want to go back there for a long time because of the memories after he died. Well, one night, we decided to go back. We had dinner, sat down in there, finished dinner, walked out of the front door of the restaurant, and almost the same exact spot, we said goodbye to my son. My wife's cell phone rang. Who do you think was calling?
The lady?
Lisa Walker.
Yeah.
First thing she does is apologize to us and tell us that she was on a missions trip. Mm-hmm. And we go, oh, okay. She told us how to sign up and everything. So we go, oh, I guess God wants us to do this. Yeah. So we did. And the boy that we're adopting moved into our home May 28th of this year. He's at the park tonight. He's the one that's been driving around the little white Power Wing scooter there. Okay. 11-year-old boy. First day we're going to meet him, we're given an address of where he lives. We don't know where it is. We live in a mall. There's tons of foster homes all over the place. My wife she has a GPS cell phone that's voice activated type. She puts the address in her phone. And we start following the directions, right, left, right, left. We start noticing my son was headed for Mesa College when he died. We started noticing we're getting close to Mesa College. We go, why are we getting close to Mesa College? We're getting closer and closer to Mesa College. We're at the front gate of Mesa College. My wife's cell phone says turn left. The place this boy did live at, borders Mesa College. So God is real. He's real. And trust me, there's been some other things that have occurred. Those are just that time I share with you right now. But I encourage you to read the Bible and 15 minutes a day. Read it out loud with your family, because everybody needs to hear it. Take turns reading it out loud, 15 minutes, maybe 7:30 at night. Put TV off, radio off, internet off, and just read together as a family, and then pray out loud together. That you're giving spiritual food for your family, your kids growing up in this mess that we've got kids growing up in right now. They need all the help they can get. And the Bible teaches you how to raise a family, how to keep a marriage together, doing all those things that we're supposed to be doing, and spend some time in that. But anyway, you got any questions for me?
No, I do believe in that. I think that God guides you. You know, there's some things that you just cannot understand why they happen. It's like, why is this happening to me? You know, and you break your head trying to understand why. But later on, that's when you start to see a clear picture of God wants for you.
He's got his own timing.
Exactly.
You know, his timing is different than our timing.
Yes, and
it's just different. So we got to keep that in perspective. He's the creator of everything. He doesn't have to have our same clock. So, and I just, you know, speaking of things, I just lost my father, June 11th. I'm having his funeral Saturday. You know, 71 years old, passed away. Now, things happen. I didn't expect him to die on that day. It just happened. And actually, I went to his bedside and he accepted Christ in his hospital bed. People question that. You know, how can they expected to go to heaven on their hospital bed when they're dying? And but you got to remember, God knows whether he actually believes it or not. You can say it to me all day long, but he's got to believe it. So that's why you got to immerse yourself in the Bible, get to a good Bible-believing church. You say you're going to a Bible-believing church right now, St. John, I've never been there. I have personally gone to the 3 churches I'm going to recommend you check out. If you want to check out, that's your own choice. There's 3 in the area. There's Humboldt Community Church up here in Humboldt. There's Shadow Mountain Community Church over here in Greenfield. And there's Zion Christian Fellowship on Paradise Valley Road. 3 Bible-believing churches. Bible-believing church is this. The pastor opens up the Bible, reads from the Bible, and tells the congregation what it means. And that's a Bible-believing church. Not a church that the pastor gets up there and goes, hey, you're going to get rich quick. Hey, life is wonderful. Hey, it doesn't talk about sin, doesn't talk about hell, doesn't talk about nothing, but everything is just positive and wonderful. No. That's just, you know, that's just daydreaming. Okay? And you don't need that. You need to learn about the Bible, and you need to learn about where you want to be for eternity heaven. Yes. Well, thank you for your time, Sonia.
No, thank you.